we go, Wade. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Bandwagon Bible, joined by, I would say, good friend of Thomas Cronin and I, Wade Grintell. How are you, brother?
I'm very well, mate. Thanks for having me.
And Tommy Cronin just jumped in here. I guess you could say, would you say this is a throuple at one point in our life?
Throuple.
I reckon for a long period back then.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days.
Bit of background on Thomas and I and Grinder.
Guys.
We followed Grinder from Canberra from when we used to try and play footy. Grinder was the S&C down there, and then he moved up here. Tommy went first.
Harry followed me.
I followed you, and then Wade sort of led the way, so we all followed Wade. This is Wade. No one calls him Wade. I don't know why I'm saying Wade.
Yeah,
Weird,
I don't think I've ever called you Wade in my life.
What are your nicknames? You got Wade, Grinder,
Whippet.
Whippet?
Yeah.
Why Whippet?
My dad was greyhound, so he's
true.
Does that mean you're fast?
Nah, he was.
Huh.
Yeah. I was just skinny.
Yeah, right. So where you born and bred, mate?
I was born in Tweed Heads on the Gold Coast.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah, very nice. yeah, haven't been there for a while.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad went up there years ago, and from the bush where we're from, out in West Wyalong.
West Wyalong, man.
You know what that is?
Yeah, another bush brother.
So yeah,
Is that Group 9?
Group 20, mate.
Oh, wow.
Down the list,
Hate
eh?
Group 9.
Yeah, that's Amora. Is that all them?
Tamora,
Yeah. Sweet. Say less. Sorry, bro. I didn't want you to be a part of them.
That's all right. Never will be. Yeah, so Tweed Heads, mate. Gold Coast baby. Doesn't really look like it, but anyway.
You always been this tan, eh?
Yeah.
You used to have long hair too.
Got a head for radio. I was always told that.
Now you're also a part of the full-time squad when you're doing S&C.
Yep.
Oh, geez, I've got people calling me. Sorry, guys. Now he's
So
ringing me for a
popular.
haircut. That's the haircut coming through, a bit late.
Chicks.
But yeah, you're in through the night system. Now tell us about, you've obviously played footy. A little
Right.
background on where you've been and
Tried to play a bit of footy, mate. Yeah, so obviously grew up out in West Wyalong, the Riverina. Then left there when I was about 16. Went down to the Raiders, probably similar to you boys. Went down there, lived with a beautiful family. They looked after me, and for the first year, then things got wild when I started to.
Did you ever go to Mooseheads?
I've never heard of that actually.
Was it Mooseheads back in the day?
Yeah, nah. Oh, come on,
He's
mate.
not that old.
Yeah, I was there every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and then play Sunday. No.
I swear they were built different back then, because there's no way I could
You
do
were
that.
allowed to do that back then.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even get done for it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I worked there. No.
Bouncer.
Yeah, no, we it burnt down actually. back
Oh,
in the
really?
day. Yeah, it burnt down, and then they refurbished it all. Yeah, it was the worst day ever when we heard it burnt down. But
That's your second home.
yeah.
Where was the go-to after that if you didn't go?
Oh boys, like anywhere. There was a place called
Page Tavern.
Lot 33 that would go for like days.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit different nowadays.
Yeah. By going for
That's
days.
why my footy career.
By going for days. By going for days, you mean like training, yeah?
Yeah,
Not
training for days.
training
Yeah, training and
That's schooner arms.
just being social.
and you cross-coded to rugby too.
yeah, I
So
cross-coded to
Australian-
rugby. I went over to France and played for a little while over there.
Mm.
It was I don't know. I was a bit lucky in a way. Like I just went from league straight to rugby union over there, and it was just a whole different world, really.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, mate.
There you go, mate. There's a background on Wade, Grinder, Thomas, and Harry.
Yeah. Best
Welcome
blokes.
to the
friends.
Bandwagon.
Best
Well,
blokes in the gym.
3 best friends
Three.
that anyone can have. And yeah, just to let you all know, Tommy Cronin isn't at the gym yet. So
Yeah, thanks. You can probably tell if you're watching on YouTube.
we just had a session then, but no.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've got the Evolve District sign behind us. Wade is the new owner, director,
CEO.
CEO, big
Okay.
dog. Bit like me and Tommy at Bandwagon.
Yeah.
We carry many names. But why are you buying a gym at this time, Grinder?
I just love it. I love everything about strength and conditioning. I love the community, the people that it brings in. Just a good, positive environment to be in. Yeah, mate. Just always wanted a gym, you know. Strength and conditioning was one of my things. Like even when I was playing, I always loved it. So I knew I'd sort of end up here eventually.
Yeah. I know for when me and Tommy, you could probably touch on this too, Tommy, but
Yeah.
when we were training together, it's probably the strongest we've been when Grinder was doing our sessions.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Especially with the how it was structured with the nights. We you get a lot of one-on-one time with Grindell because we didn't have a lot of people in that reserve grade kind of
And everyone
level.
would flake pretty early.
Yeah, and everyone would just go home early. But
Yeah.
we had a lot of one-on-one time.
Dedicated
kind
boys,
of train
eh?
us up, and it made a massive, massive difference. I
To this
remember
day,
those
Tommy's
years.
still using one of Grindell's programs we're actually
yeah.
talking about. Remember that? You remember that program you sent me? Probably like, maybe a year back.
The curls one, the biceps one. Or?
Yeah,
No,
and
you-
obviously they can tell that one. But Can't you? That's why I wear oversized tees.
yeah, mate, yeah.
So yeah, I passed it on to Tommy, and Tommy's been jamming it.
I've been using that for a long time now.
Yeah,
Which is why I need
that's
to get
my
in this
Bible
gym
if I
to
don't
swap
come in
it
here.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my Bible. So,
Nice. Good to hear, boys. Thank you.
so you're obviously good at what you do, mate. Now, in terms of accreditations, what's your accreditation in strength and conditioning?
So yeah, I've got my level 2 ASCA, Strength and Conditioning Association. I've got a diploma. I'm studying to be S&C like educated at uni as well. I've done heaps of certs over the years, but I think being in the game's a bit. It's probably the best thing, just being practical and being in the gym. I've learnt more than probably any education, you know what I mean? Having that bit of a background in rugby league's probably helped when I work with rugby league players. But athletes in general, especially, the sort of more combat and rugby league, rugby union, sort of field sports, hockey, cricket as well. I really enjoy that sort of stuff. So that's where I'm at, mate.
I couldn't agree with that point more, man, because I was like similar kind of situation with us. I was doing business at university for a small period there, and then we decided to kick off Bandwagon. Harry just convinced me after just being as erratic as he is to get it started, and dropped business straight away, man. Like I've got to say, from that first year of business that I did to the first 6 months of Bandwagon, we learnt so much more than I've ever learnt at university. And you learn it so much faster because you have to.
Well, you're in the mix of it,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Was that for you too? Because Grindell, you obviously, I don't know if you want to touch on where you've done S&C work at, but it's obviously been at Canberra, at the Raiders, at the Knights. Have you done a bit of other stuff along the way?
Yeah, when I first came back from France, I was living on the Gold Coast, and I just started running boot camps and things like that at one of my mates' gyms.
Yep.
Then it just spanned on from there. I had a bit to do with a couple of actually little fences. They were going to, like, a little young girl was like into fencing. She wanted to go to the Olympics and because her mum and dad had been there and stuff. So I started training with different athletes from different sort of backgrounds. I really enjoyed that, and then all these little things just started to spur me on to become a better strength and conditioning coach, so I could pass on my best knowledge and give back to the athletes what I didn't have when I was athlete at some stages in my career. So
Still an athlete.
Still
a beast.
better than me.
Still a beast. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've had quite a background there as well, like in terms of sports and obviously all the different athletes that you train in. That's like a massive experience, or like wealth of knowledge from across so many platforms.
Yeah. It's I'm probably lucky in a sense, Look, the people I'm surrounded by are usually always, come from similar sort of backgrounds, but I always try and get around people that are got the same sort of goals and things, or someone I can learn off. I've got some really good people that I look to as well that have had really good skin in the game. One of my best go-to guys is a really good strength and conditioning coach. He was a cyclist for France and a downhill skier. He's a mad Olympic lifter.
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, well, he's rode with him, mate. He rode with him back in the day.
Yeah,
he was a legend. One of my best mates now, but he's one of my guys that I go to for a lot of questions.
Is that where you feel like you've learnt most of your knowledge?
It probably is, mate. Yeah, he's one of the best S&C coaches I know, and he's down in Canberra. But whenever I've got a question or something, I'll go to him and ask him and bounce something off him. Jerome, his name is Jerome Villiers. He's a French guy.
Oh, awesome!
Absolute legend. Love him.
What's he doing down in Canberra? AIS stuff.
He works at the. He's actually he works at the CIT now, teaching strength and conditioning down there.
Oh, man.
He's mad, loves his lifting. He's got 2 little kids that they're freaks too, just because of the way he's developed them from a young age, Yeah. So it's always good to have someone like that to bounce ideas off and, without judging you or anything. So
100%.
Sound a bit silly, but
touching on the old kid part.
Yeah.
Your partner Hannah is actually 10 days off being. A little one coming out.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't know the gender.
Let's go.
Now, touching on your S&C, mate, are you going to train your little one the same?
Well, I've already been thinking about it. Yeah, I've been like, can you send me some articles on long-term athlete development and stuff like that? When do I start training my little kid? Oh man, yeah, I've thought about all that. Everything's been going through my head with this. It's been like a crazy time, but not just S&C stuff, but
heaps everything else.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I guess where you sit, like as a, will the deception be different if it's a boy compared to a girl? Because obviously you grew up how Tommy and I've grown up kind of thing, just go mad, go wild. But obviously becoming a dad, you'd have to be a lot more preservative in terms of, letting things happen.
Yeah, 100%. I grew up with 3 brothers, so we were wild out in the country. It was mad. Like I feel really sorry for my mum. Even now, I'm a dad. I'm ringing her up saying, "Mum, I'm so sorry." Dad's all right because he's he's got it. But I'm just mate. It's changed everything. Yeah, but definitely if I have a boy, I'll probably have a little bit of bit of knowledge there to pass on. But with a girl, I've got no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got no idea. But if I have a girl, mate, I'd melt because I've got 2 little nieces that are the best ever. But they're like boys, they're wild too. Yeah, they're mad, always playing. So
that's mad. No doubt you're looking forward to that. Next thing is, mate, you've obviously. I'm not going to stitch you up here. I swear. Not yet. Anyway, it's not yet. Now,
this is a stitch up trying to hold this.
You used to hold big things.
Used to it.
There it is.
Another day in the office for Wade. Just with the barbells and that. I don't know if anyone's got the same
thing. They go up
thing.
to 50s, I think. Actually. Strong boys.
Throw it over your shoulder. Beauty, keep going.
Yeah.
Now, you've lived with epilepsy for 11 years.
Yep.
Now, how old were you when... Did this all come from a seizure, or did that all come from something like that? Or footy? Or
it was a bit of probably a combination of things. So 11 years ago, I was 13. No, 28. I was 28.
Oh, eh?
Yeah. I was 28, so I had a few knocks that year. I was under a fair bit of stress, in a previous relationship. It was probably a bit of combination of everything when I had my first seizure. I was actually in the middle of an argument with my ex-partner at the time where I had my first seizure, but I think it's stress and all that kind of stuff where it just brought it on. They say everyone's sort of, they're a bit of a ticking time bomb. They have their I guess levels where and then some people go over when it comes to epilepsy and stuff like that. So we can anyone can have a seizure, but I probably just tipped it over that time, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's just a combination of everything, mate, and I've had to try and deal with it ever since, So you think you're probably a bit bulletproof until something like that happens. Yeah.
Did you know what had happened? Like when in the moment, obviously, like.
No, I didn't.
How did it feel?
Yeah, it's the worst feeling ever. Like I get anxiety thinking it. Like not talking about it, but sometimes I think about it and it just gives me anxiety. Like you think it's your last breath because sometimes like it can be. Like sadly that does happen sometimes with people that have seizures. So a lot goes through your mind. Like I get 1 or 2 like seconds where I don't have an aura or nothing, but it comes on and then I just hit the deck and have a grand mal seizure. But I don't know, mate. Like it's just one of those things you got to deal with. There's people out there that are a lot worse than me, mate. Like some people are having them every day, constantly. So I just thank me lucky stars that I'm, got what I got dealt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
bit of gratitude.
Yeah, when it first happened, did it? Like obviously when you first had it, did it happen regularly and then slowly phase out? Or has it just been a thing that's sort of come and gone along the way?
For about 12 months, it was regular. It was a lot. I remember riding down the Gold Coast Highway once on my scooter. The second one I ever had, like the first one was at home. The second one, I was riding down the Gold Coast Highway on a scooter and I just had a seizure, like in the middle of traffic, and I hit the deck. And luckily, there was a lifesaver walking home from his shift, and he sorted me out and got me to hospital and all that sort of stuff. But so you don't have any auras or nothing. It's pretty crazy how it can happen.
Insane.
So the first 12 months was it was hectic. It was in and out of the doctors, neuros all the time, tests and that. They couldn't, set it off or nothing. But that first 12 months was really hard. Your life changes and you got to try and deal with it, and but after that it's all good, mate. Like you just got to make the most of every day, eh?
Yeah, that's
love that.
Your quote I hear every day. Life's pretty good, eh?
Oh, mate, I love it. I love life so much, mate. Like, because I think it takes. I was saying to my fiance the other day, I was like, I'm actually stoked. I've got epilepsy. She's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, it's made me like really love life more and appreciate life and people and things, and like because you just never know. Like, you never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Now,
Yeah.
were you working in the pits when this all sort of started?
No, I was still on the Gold Coast when
Yep.
I moved back from France, and I was living up there. So I was in the back in the fitness industry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's when it all started, mate. I was
Yeah.
up there in the gyms and living a good life up on the Gold Coast, you know, and then it all hit me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So,
Now, I guess so how many years do you think you've been in the mines for?
all up, probably 6 years, I reckon, doing
Yep.
fly in, fly out
Yeah,
stuff.
so the FIFO work. Now,
Yeah.
did you move towards that because you thought rugby league was coming to an end, or did you think it was a good opportunity for you to move into?
Yeah, so when I started having my first seizures and my footy career sort of fell away a little bit. So I sort of I don't know, it was just a bit of a freshen up. My mate got me a job over there as a health and lifestyle coordinator. So I went over there just doing the same job pretty much I was doing, but on like a shitload more money. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So I went and tested it out for a few years, and one of the best things I've ever done, actually. Yeah. Going to experience that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what does that involve? If you're just doing
Mate,
basically running sessions for
I went to this little mine site where it was just like 100 people. They were the best. They were just like family, you know. We'd rock up and I'd just have little sessions for them. Like I'd do one-on-one sessions with them, or would have volleyball nights or basketball nights, and then just create sort of a healthy lifestyle away from the mine site, away from home, because they can get a bit caught up in the 12.5-hour days.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come home and just crack a beer real easy, which I did a lot of as well. But
bit of balance.
Yeah, a bit of balance, mate. Yeah,
yeah.
a bit of balance, and just keeping it real positive and a good environment for them, and just sort of organising events and things like that, like comedians and bands and all that to come up.
Yeah.
I did a bit of that as well to help out.
Yeah, unreal. So it wasn't just fitness based; it was like literally lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle. Yeah, so I used to. It's pretty cool, eh? Like
That's right.
just something different, and I met a lot of good people. Actually, I'm still friends with today from there back in 2013 when I started, I think.
Yeah, right. So what was the FIFO? Was it how many days on off kind of thing?
I'd do 14 days on and 7 off. It was a little mine site up at it's closed down now, up at like right up just south of Broome.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would have been heck.
Yeah, it was good, man. Like when he first went there, I remember flying from Perth up there. It would take like 3 hours on this little plane. And we come down on the dirt runway. And we got there, man, and I got out of I nearly died because I'm like with the heat. Like,
I
like
struggle
me, mate.
Here. Exactly the same. I can't handle
I struggle here.
Yeah,
It was the hottest place I've ever been to on earth, and I was just like, what have I done? I couldn't breathe for the first week, and then
body accumulated to it.
Yeah.
Now, I know you obviously now after all that kind of stuff, you probably thought to invest a bit more in your body and things like that.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're big on like, same as us boys, we're big on like mental health, that whole industry, which is pretty crazy at the moment after lockdown and everything. So like obviously you invest a lot in your body and that you're using, Hunter functional fitness and you're doing all that kind of stuff. Quick shout out. I guess through your strength and conditioning time, you've obviously learnt more knowledge about your body and what it can and can't do. Like obviously how are you treating your body? You're doing, like your yoga, you're doing your, I know you meditate. Yep. What's your daily routine in terms of getting after it?
So, mate, I just try and look at it as a whole. I'll try and if I wake up in the morning, I'll try and assess how I feel. Like I'll have a really good think about how I feel and what I've done the day before. It gets hard sometimes when you got training partners that are a bit younger and a bit stronger and fitter, and you want to keep going with them every day. But I try and just wake up and sit. I'll have a little meditate, 5-10 minutes, and then I'll just take in a few breaths and just see how I feel and say this is how my day is going to go. I still get after it every day, but I'll always just reassess every morning when I get up. And then when I get in, it's either like whatever strength I've programmed for myself. A lot of the clients in here think I don't train, but I train.
That's what I'm saying. You practice what you preach.
I train hard, man. I train just as hard as anyone.
Not harder.
Yeah.
Other than me.
Harder than you. No, I don't. I tick over, I don't
we know you train hard. Don't be humble, bro. Me and Tommy know you train hard, man. And the programs you write, they're tough, man. But the thing is, like, I know me and Dino get in, we rip in, but the thing is, at the end of the day, because we rip in, we can eat, you know, we can sway from our diet, I guess you can say.
You can have that balance.
You can have that balance, but, you know, like, you know, some people that go into gyms and they sort of just do it because it's part of the routine.
Yeah, that's right. And then some people need that, you know what I mean? Like, some people need to be part of a routine. They need to be part of, like, a community and, you know.
100%.
They need to be told what to do, you know. And I'm not the sort of trainer that's going to come here and yelling at people. I like, you know, people need to be after it themselves. They need to be after their individual goals, and if I'll be here to help them as much as they want. If they want me to yell at them, I will. Yeah. Or if they want me to, you know, coach them
tomorrow.
No. I think that was one of the best things about having you as a trainer as well, man. Because we've obviously had trainers that would just sit there and yell and scream, and even with the nights, it was I was never a massive fan of that myself. But then obviously having you play to people's strengths in that kind of way,
and you invest in people, right? They invest in you.
And if people aren't going to take it seriously, you know, that's on them. They lose out. Exactly.
Well, I try and assess that person too. You know, like there's some people that do need yelling at, but I can't yell anyway. I don't have a very voice. But no, I'll always assess that person, and whatever they need, I'll try and give them the best I can, you know, and try and relate to the person. I try and get to know the person before I start, you know, dishing out orders. And sometimes that might take a couple of months. That might take, you know.
That's got to be the toughest part of coaching, is because obviously so many different people out there, so many different personalities, so many different ways to learn, and you've got to try and assess that in a heartbeat if someone walks in.
Yeah, and I think
that's right.
In the whole strength and conditioning, especially in, like, you know, the pre-season of whatever it is, your program will rat people out pretty quick, if that makes sense. If you've done, which obviously you do. I remember in our whatever first pre-season was, man, so many people left early, you know what I mean? Because they just couldn't handle the load, or they just didn't want to do it, you know what I mean? And I think that's when you know it's a good program, I guess you can say.
Yeah. I'm big on not overtraining, but I like to do the hard work. You have to do the hard work as well, you know. Like some boys, boys have been leaving programs for years, ever since I was training, you know.
100%. Yeah.
But I like to, you know, put a lot of thought into how I program, and you know, a lot of you know, research as well, just so I'm given the right thing. Yeah. The right sort of training protocols, you know.
Yeah, right. So recap on day-to-day basis for you. You wake up, you assess the situation.
Yeah, where'd we go with that? How far do I get?
Hey, it's all good, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you. No, I just want a quick recap, because, like, even for me, man, I need, like, I obviously come to the gym here, you know, 6 a.m. most mornings.
Yeah, same.
Honestly, this is probably the best I've felt in a while. So thanks, Wade. But yeah, when I get up in the morning, the thing is, I don't know if you boys are the same, but do you check your phone as soon as you wake up?
No, I can't say I...
That's the bad habit. I feel like that's a bad habit I need to get out of, you know what I mean? Like, I need to get up, like, because we train at 6, I usually get up 5:30, check my phone, straight into the car, pretty much get up, get dressed, go straight to the car, come here. I feel like I can invest my time a bit better. So for your recap, depending on the day, you'll meditate in the morning, or you'll, you know, like, do some kind of thing like that.
Yeah, I'll meditate in the morning, and then I fast a lot nowadays because I don't like eating too early. Yeah. So I'll have water. I'll have water first up, and then maybe coffee. I'll probably go a bit overboard on the coffees these days.
You got to G up when you think about the split sessions and that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't know. Like 10 a day is probably a bit too much. You know? Yeah. I'm trying to drop it back to 2 at the moment, 1 or 2, and but yeah, that's probably the only thing at the moment I'm trying to cut back on. But negativity as well, and all that sort of stuff, meditation, and you know, the voices in your head, all the negative stuff. That, you know, like
100%. Everyone's got
it. Meditation's really good for that. So meditation, water, just reassess how I feel, and then I know how hard I'm going to push for the day. You know, so and then we come in here and
get jacked,
get into it.
Do you have any, like, I guess, advice surrounding meditation? Obviously, it has a bit of stigma to it. I've done a little bit of headspace stuff myself. It's only usually like 5 or 10 minutes stuff. But it's just like a little app, Headspace.
Yeah, I've got it.
I struggle to do anything meditation-wise on my own. Yep. You have any advice around that?
I reckon you just got to try and find what works for you. Like, breathing's massive. Like, I think breathing techniques are really helpful. Yeah. There's so many different types of meditation out there, but if you find something that works for you, I reckon to stick with it and just be consistent with it. Consistency is the biggest key with meditation. Sometimes when I'm not meditating, I lose the plot a little bit. I can't believe like how I used to live without meditation. I think consistency is the biggest key with meditation. Just stick with it, and you'll find
the results come. I think that's the trick with meditation is you just think it's going to work immediately. Like that 1 10-minute session you do.
It's like when I started doing yoga when lockdown started, me and Dano were like, yeah, bro, we'll do yoga. We'll do it every day. I had no flexibility and we did it for a week, man. And then I'm not flexible, man.
Yeah.
Why is this not working? But consistency is key.
Obviously,
that's right. Consistency is key.
Our background with the gym is like we know that we're not going to be the best at bench if you haven't done it for 6 weeks, and we just stick at it and you build it back up. But we just don't have that mindset when it comes to meditation.
And I think it plays a huge part. My meditation is just as important as anything, because it all starts in the mind. And some days when you do reassess and you're like, I've lifted too heavy the day before, I need to chill, I need to rest. You got to listen to the body, man.
Yeah,
you have to listen to the body, otherwise you crash and things can happen. Like
self-awareness.
Even just coming back away from this, I think it's kind of more of a serious conversation now. But what people don't understand about Grinder is like, when we're together, man, it's just like so much shit talk. Yeah. And like you're such a bubbly person, always, want to help someone else. And I think it can perceive, like I know when a couple of boys have met you, like you're a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
Big dude. But you're the most like biggest teddy bear, you know what I mean? Like if anyone need anything, you do anything for them.
Yep.
I think that's what people need to understand as well, that it's just, and it's not about size, man.
That's right.
Can't judge a book.
Yeah, that's right, mate. I'm huge on people and energy, and good people. I just love surrounding myself with good people and people that are on the same wavelength. And I'll help anyone that wants to help themselves or that are a good person. If you're a good person, I'll do anything for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that's like me. I vibe off people. You know what I mean? If they're not, they're bringing that negative energy, man. I'm just like,
out.
Oh well,
bye.
See us.
You start to adopt it yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, shit,
And like even little things, like when I used to work at the brewery with Tommy, and then usually I'd work with a real good crew until Tommy went to like the manager role.
Sorry, bro.
And then those boys left as well. So I'm not saying, but like and sometimes you're just rolling into work, you're like, man, I can't wait to be at work, and then you see something like, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's get through the shift. Let's get out of it. But it's good when you come here. The environment's so good, man. Like I think other people are coming to terms with the way you and I interact as well.
Yeah. Like Harry's trying to like cuddle me and grab me and wrestle me every morning. Some people have been here for a while. They're looking over like, what's going on with them too? Like we're just a bit of brotherly love.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. That's the sort of environment I want to create in here. I just want good people, good happy people that want to be here. And I know we come and get after it, but it's just good place to come, and that's what I want to create here. Yeah. It's good to have you boys.
You're in. Get the contract, man. Get the contract.
We do all sorts of good stuff here, Tommy.
I think speaking on Tommy and I behalf as well, man, we're so grateful to have you in our life in terms of friendship, or whether it's a mentor or whatever it may be, we can catch up and have a beer kind of thing. Like, man, forever grateful. I think you're right up there with one of the best blokes I know. So
absolutely, bro.
Likewise, I love it.
Love you. Yeah. But the last thing I want to touch on is, what's your greatest life experience? What do you think?
Greatest life experience? I think I'm living it now. I honestly, I go home and I see Hannah every day. Man, it's amazing, eh? Like it's, I don't know. It's really something that we're really close, Hannah and I, and just to be able to experience this at the moment, it's just it's like it feels a bit surreal, with like she's my
absolute legends.
Yeah, she's my best friend. Like she's a legend. I love her to death, and I think now is really, really, really good. So pretty happy at the moment, mate.
Yeah, sweet, beautiful. We're just gonna finish on. It doesn't really matter that last bit. We're just gonna finish on the questions from the boys.
Yes.
All your mates.
3 boys. 3 mates. Did you make a few up for me, mate?
Oh, I did. Yeah. It's called "Why So Jacked."
That's actually one of the questions, surely.
Is it?
It's Connor Watson's actually written in.
Connor, hey mate.
He said, "Why is he the world's best bloke?"
Oh, mate. Do I have to answer that?
No.
Absolutely.
That's a rhetorical question.
That's a question.
Well, it's a rhetorical question for me and him, but
Yeah, I can't answer that.
Yeah. All right, we got one from Scotty Matthews. Best pub in West Wyalong.
I'll probably have to shout out. There's 2, Top Town Tavern, where I grew up, pretty much under the pool table every Friday night. And the Metro Hotel. My mate owns the Metro, so
Sweet.
I like it there.
Glennie Buttress. When living with Dane Tills, how many D&Ms did you have a week?
Probably. How many hot dinners did I have? Every night? A D&M. Yeah, Dano likes getting deep, and he's
good to have those people that way.
Mickey Stokes has reached out too.
Mitchy Stokes, mate.
How big is your Johnson?
He would know.
And Josh Miller's reached out too.
Yeah.
How many push-ups can your pet chicken Elvis do?
Oh, mate, that's an old story, mate. Yeah. They reckon I used to look like this bloke that had a mullet in his hometown, I think, and he was a bit of a psycho. So he used to walk around with a chicken on a leash, and they used to call him like that was before mullets were good, you know. Yeah. Every man and his dog has got a mullet now.
Yeah.
Not every man and his chicken. So he's having a crack at me there. But I think I turned up to a Mad Monday one day with a chicken on a leash, and I was pretty drunk.
Beauty, Mad Monday.
Funny, yeah.
Yeah,
Joshy Miller.
That'll
tough man.
Tommy, anything else, mate?
That'll pretty much wrap us up, bro. We appreciate your time, man.
Yeah,
obviously,
grateful.
I know you're a busy dude, and you got the kid on the way, and we couldn't be more stoked for you, bro.
No worries.
You're going to be the best dad, mate. You're already mine,
bro.
so you may as well be your reals.
I've had good practice the last few years, I'll be right.
Yeah, so once again, thanks so much for joining us on the Bandwagon Bible. I'm just going to be mad here and roll this out.
No worries.
Once again, stay groovy. Let's go. Peace.
Latest.
Thanks.
Hey!
See ya.
Yeah.